Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell. I'm in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio. This is my OXO omelet turning flippin' fold spatula, best paint spreading tool I know of. This is Sherwin-Williams white latex satin paint. And I have not done a swipe, scoop, drag, and spin in some very many months. But I'm going to do one now, I hope. Maybe just a little more for... It's going to be precarious for me because it's been a long time. But I do remember what I used to do was spread paint, and hopefully that'll go around. No, it won't. Spread paint to the edges so I didn't have to worry about that. And I see I've got something in there. It took me a while to stir my paint. I'm really happy there's no bubbles in there, obvious bubbles. Yet, knock on wood. And I'm not sure I can spin right now with those bottles in the way, and I've made a plan to remove them to cross the room, and hopefully there's a space to put them down. Yes. Without damaging anything, I hope. My studio is overcrowded as usual and needs to be organized as usual. I just saw a bubble. So now I'm going to try and give it a little spin just to move the paint out from the center and to do a trial run. Alright, that's not moving much. And it could have sat for a while, and I need to have a thick layer, so I've mixed up Purley Pigments, and this is Lagoon Blue. I mixed them up. I'll share the recipe underneath the video. I want to use Cerulean C, which is another Purley Pigments. And I decided suddenly that I wanted to use some Prussian Violet because it's nice and dark, and I believe it's a primary element. I meant to mix some green and I didn't, so I apologize for that. This is my magenta, pure magenta. I mixed Mellow Yellow and Hollyberry again. No idea how this is going to work. I might want some more magenta in a second. This is Cerulean. This is Cerulean Blue, which I should have shaken up, obviously. Which might make some nice green with that yellow if I get it too close. And I planned on a little bit of Indian Spice Gold, Prizm Pour. And definitely some Midnight Shadow. And last but not least, some Quinacridone Nickle Azo Gold from Golden. Now I'm going to remove those colors, and I wonder if I forgot anything. I didn't use the purple. I'm going to use all the colors. I have a black plum. Oh yeah, no, I like that in there. So this is my first experiment for a very long time. And I'm going to swipe after I put my spatula into the bucket, the water bucket. I did mix up some fresh cell activator, which is Amsterdam Black, Australian Floetrol. And I think I'm going to use my large spatula, instead of the small one that's in my way. And I'm going to put it along the right hand edge. And I like to mix black and white, and gold actually. not sure. I know the black will work, and I'm sure the white will work. It's kind of old. And I did put some art fluid in there to thin things out. Oh, I just dropped. I don't like leaving any paint on my spatula if I can help it, and usually the edges will spin out. We'll see how this works. I'm going to quick hit it with a sponge and throw it into my dish drainer. Now if I want to do some more, and I'm thinking I see that area that's not completely dealt with over here, and I'm going to take a smaller spatula. You know what, I'm just going to put some jasmine down there right now. I think that's jasmine. It's right next to the pink diamond, so it's not a gimme. I like the way the art fluid affects the cells. I'm going to wipe my spatula off. It's a palette knife, not a spatula. Put my sundry items out of the way and begin to hopefully scoop and drag and hope there's enough paint there. And I really don't know how this is going to work because I haven't used the art fluid before. But I do remember I used to lift and remove colors to, I got my camera lens in a whole new position because of this setup, so pardon me for putting my head in the way. Possibly I should tip a little. Scoop, release. Not as hard to release with the art fluid in there, it's much less thick. We'll see how the cells hold up. I wanted to make up some orange, but I figured the Quinacridone Nickle Gold would help with that. I'm just moving whole bunches of paint to a new spot. Because I can. Because I Can is the name of my first book. It's on the Amazon link. And it's the first 100 videos I made for YouTube. I think I'm going to do a little more. Apologies again. Just going to move things way, way out. Can't wait to see if the cells maintain. I need something over this section here. I'm not afraid to scoop right down to canvas. That looks a little like a mistake. But mistakes are sometimes the best things that can happen to you because you learn so much from them. Alright, I have no idea if this is going to spin out, but we're certainly going to try it now. It's kind of cool looking right now, actually. Here goes nothing. Might be a whole lot of nothing before we get anything. I'm happy my silicone mat is allowing my painting to stay in place. This was a lot of colors, but I really was looking forward to trying the Purley Pigments. And that's interesting. That's almost where we need it. We got a big bird head in there. I think it's time to take a quick look. Maybe stick a skewer in there. Have I got one handy? Because anytime I put spirals in, I remember now, I get really cool expanded spirals when I spin out. But I do want to take that same yeah, I put a spiral and then I covered it up. Oh well. So you can scrape down the canvas, but you better go back over again. The same area and fill in where you scraped off, or you might not be happy about that. I'm going to take whatever paint I've got that's spilled off. See if I got a spot in. Oh wow, I just did that. Okay, well, I wish I hadn't. Who knows, it might work out anyway. What I did was dribble. I should have been a lot more careful. Back to the spin. Am I ready? No. I like that better. I've got one more waggle I want to add to. I want to waggle, actually, more than one. The painting looks like it might be okay. I don't think I put enough paint on it in my pillow. But I did have some fun. I was a little nervous, to tell you the truth. Yeah, that's got great colors. I see I've got some paint coming off over here that would be useful to add right there. I don't see, I've got more naked spots. I've got a few. I wonder if I can work some magic and camouflage them. I'm going to scoop up everything I've got. Where was it? It's right there. And there's another one right here. Well, I'll have to remember that for next time and stop dribbling. But I'm not wasting any paint, that's for sure, because it's all going back on the canvas. I've got to check for other spots. I'm loving this. This is actually pretty cool. I've got to pay closer attention to A, my head, and B, where I'm putting my, dragging my paint. I'm inclined to do something here, but I kind of like that negative space also. I like how the little spirals turned out, except for this one, which I just want to drag out a little more. I've got my phone. We've got some nice cells. I'm inclined to spin one more time, you know that? Oh, especially since I found another spot. And it might help cover the edge, although right at this moment I don't care that much about the edge. I am happy with my cells. I'm not a slow spinner, that's why I make sure that my silicone mat is going to work well. And I do use my board is a break. But you really need to make sure that your canvas is centralized. I'm glad my turntable's not squeaking. It's been a long time and it's still doing pretty well. I'm not unhappy with this at all. It's getting better as I spin, so I'm going to do it one more time. And thank you that it didn't spin off. I actually finally see some paint coming off on my surround. And you see there really isn't any spin off. And I'm going to get away with it. The not enough paint painting. Alright, well I'll know for next time to use a bigger pillow and be willing to spin off more paint. And in the meantime, stop this. That's really cool. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to my members who keep my channel alive. Thank you for those of you who make donations through PayPal or Patreon. You are helping me buy art supplies whenever I can. I'm going to turn on my flashlight on my phone and hope we get a shimmer. I'm loving those colors. The Purley Pigments are the bomb. I did mix them super strong, I have to say. I wasn't shy with the amount I put in there. Alright, well, my usual inclination would be to add some spirals, but mostly what I'm going to do is look for bubbles and pop them if there are any. Tell you guys again I love you. Please give me a thumbs up. Please share my videos and know that watching them longer is the one thing that the YouTube algorithm responds to help my channel survive. My email address is easpb and the word gallery spelled out at gmail.com. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links all on the link tree underneath the video in the description, along with my Amazon link where my 2 books are, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities, Volumes 1 and Volumes 2, are the first and the second 100 videos I made for YouTube about paint pouring way back when, and they're still relevant today. Questions are welcome and encouraged. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your kind words and your comments that keep my morale boosted. And thank you so much for forgiving my head being in the way this time. I'll make sure it's not there the next time. If I've forgotten anything, my community board will show you tomorrow's video, usually, and you can find that by going to my channel and looking for the words community board and clicking on it. Alright, I love you guys. I give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, Florida, and I do sell my art. I almost forgot. My paint pouring recipes will be under Show More, and if they're not, you can always ask me. Alright, I love you guys. Bye for now. Priscilla out.